Hey guys, this is Samuel the Geek, and I'm going to talk about something that's so insanely common it just blows my mind. Whenever a major video game review site reviews something, someone's always quick to claim that they're being paid off or biased. What they don't understand is the huge complexity that is video game journalism. Now, let me break it down on how articles, how reviews and all this are written, how many people do them, and it might just blow your mind how segregated the entire industry of video game journalism is. Now, let's start off with the underlings. The underlings of the video game journalism is called freelancers or contributors. Interns and contributors. Interns and contributors are usually college kids who want, assignment, that gets an assignment to do a review on a game so that he can pass this creative writing class, or, he's an intern so he, gets a job with a game company, a game media outlet, and gets college credit for it, and continues to, write stuff for them so that he can get college credit. That's what interns and contributors are. They are basically just college kids, and these make up the majority of the reviews. These people right here. People who have absolutely really no interest in the industry and are just writing about video games that they've played. Or they do have interest in the industry and they're just writing about video games they play and they want to work for a gaming website, but they're not getting paid at all. These people do not get paid at all. From there, you have what you call freelancers. Freelancers are people who write for multiple websites and basically are just called on by different outlets to write for them when they don't have anyone else that can really do the review. Sports video game reviewers are the most popular in this area. And that's because most video game editors, which is the next higher up, do not write sports game reviews. Trust me, guys, if you want to be in this industry and you want something like a quick buck or whatever, be a sports game reviewer, because they literally, you will always have a fucking job. No matter where you go, you will always have a job, because everywhere people are looking for, you only need two things to get into this industry easily. You need to be of the female gender or be a sports game editor, because that's really all people want. Otherwise, everything's pretty much covered. Now, after freelancers do get paid, and they do get paid by the assignment. They're not in a job. They're not actively working with, they're actively working with tons of different outlets. Usually they're people who are sports game editors, or people who are lucky enough to get a dev kit or something along down the road. And since they have a dev kit, all people have to do is literally send an email with the file that they can put on a USB drive that they can just throw into their dev kit, and ta-da, they can play whatever game they want. Now the next people are editors, which they aren't really well paid, but they are full-time employees of the publication. And these people do work, and they do get paid, but they don't get paid much. They really don't. Maybe $28,000 a year, luckily. And, almost all these jobs are in California, and California is not a great state to live in if you don't want to pay a lot of money for a house. So they don't get paid that much, and they don't really get bribes or anything, because a lot of publications, especially AOL with Joystick, don't permit even people to go on the fancy trips to go to, come check out this game in Las Vegas like Bethesda had. They don't get to go on these trips because it's not in the company's ethics. So editors do not get paid a lot of money, and the only people who do get paid a lot of money in the industry are spokespeople. Jessica Chobot, Adam Sessler, those type of people. They get paid a lot of money. They're in the industry, but they've been in the industry for almost, Adam Sessler, he's been in here for like almost 10, 12 years. Jessica Chobot, same. These people are veterans, basically, and they've been, spokespeople before. They've been there for a long time, and they get paid, I don't know, $50,000, $60,000 a year. That's the job that gets the money. Game journalism doesn't get you a lot of money. It's not all that it's really cracked out to be. The only fun part about the job is doing the job, playing video games. That's the fun part. But most game journalists either get stuck writing articles or news articles, and there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of people. I think almost 200 people work for IGN. It's not going to be a bias. If there is some sort of bias, it's not going to be corporate, because there is just way too many people working at one area for that to ever happen. And a lot of these people aren't even paid. So it's not a matter of them being paid off or being biased. It would be impossible for Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo to track down all these different people who work for this website and give them money to try to make them review better. It would be impossible on that type of scale, and it would be impossible to even try that as a whole. I think the only case where there was such a thing as being paid off was when GameSpot was paid off by Ubisoft to fire, Jeff Gerstmann, I think that's what his name is. And that's like the only example, really, ever. Otherwise, there's really no proof. You can't. It's impossible to try to do that. Well, guys, I hope you learned some stuff about the game industry and realized that it's just not possible. This industry is a lot bigger than you think it is. There's a lot more people than you think it is, and it doesn't pay as well as you think it does. Just think about it like that. A lot of game journalists pool together for one apartment in LA or in the Bay Area because they don't have enough money to afford an apartment on their own. That's just how underpaid this industry is. So don't think that people get paid tons of money for this stuff. It's just a common misconception. Samuel out. Hey guys, also please remember to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and if you want, you can like the article and retweet. I would be pretty appreciative. Thanks. Ben, did you like Smooth Criminal?